everyone, today's video I'm going to be talking about what it's like to live in a hostel. So the hostel that I lived in for a year and 10 months was named the Ymca. There are quite a lot of YMCAs dotted around the country, and what it is, it's a hostel that houses vulnerable young homeless people. So as I said, I lived there for a year and 10 months, and I moved in on the 10th of August in 2015. So I moved out nearly 2 years ago now, but I thought I would make a video on what it's like, because I know there are lots of people that are about to be homeless or are homeless that are going to be moving into a YMCA. So the YMCA that I stayed in housed 30, at the time, it housed 30 different young people. All these people are completely different, but we were all very vulnerable in our own way. When I moved in, I had no one. I had no friends. I didn't talk to staff members. I literally just had no one for a good 2 weeks, and then I made two amazing friends. They were two boys. I'm not going to name them just because they might not want to be spoken about, but I will talk about them, just not name them. So these two amazing people, they knocked on my door one day and said, hey, if you want anyone to talk to, then we're the guys. If you want us to take your rubbish out, then just ask. If you want just to talk to someone, then we're your people. And I just found that really, really welcoming. It was really, really nice. So for a few weeks, I just stayed with these two people. I got really, really close with them. I didn't have any family members at the time to talk to because I fell out with them. But if you watched my last video, then you'll probably understand why. But yeah, so I just stayed with these two people, and then one day one of the guys said that they liked a specific girl. So me being me, I just knocked on the girl's door and was like, hey, this person has a note for you. You don't know who I am, but they said that they like you. So here's the love note. And she just stood there really awkwardly and was like, thanks. Thinking back, I don't know why I ever knocked on her door. She must have been so confused. But I made another friend, which is fabulous. And if I didn't give her that note, then she wouldn't have had I wouldn't have made another friend. And I still talk to this girl to this day, and she's absolutely fabulous. Super hard to get hold of, but she's amazing. She's such a nice girl. So yeah, that's another friend made. Living in this kind of hostel, I'd say if you don't have any friends, you do feel really, really lonely. It's just you in a tiny little room. That just you're watching everyone basically get friends and do fun things, and it's just you, which can be quite difficult. But at the same time, if you do move into one of these YMCAs, you need to learn that you tell people what you want them to know. Otherwise, if you tell them things out of confidence really, and one day you have an argument, which does happen, it will eat you alive. It will come back to you, and everyone will know your secrets. And yeah, I just learned the hard way in there. So my advice to you is keep yourself to yourself. Make friends, of course, but just don't tell them valuable information about yourself, because they will use it against you. I'd say in the YMCA also, I hated the staff. There was only one staff that I absolutely loved, but the rest of them were awful. Like for me, I just generally thought they were there because it was their job, and they wasn't there to care for us as they say they are. It might be different in different YMCAs, but the one that I was in, I just hated the staff. They were rude. They come into your flat every single Monday, which is fine because they do a room inspection, so you get rated from 1 to 3. I think 1 was the best and 3 was the worst. If you keep getting 3s, then you're most likely going to get kicked out, and it just gives you a bad report on moving into a council property, which is where you go after. The minimum stay in the YMCA is 6 months, and the maximum is 2 years. However, you're never in there for 6 months for a minimum. You're in there for a minimum of a year. They lie to you. I mean, if you do leave, then you just won't get housed. So you can go in there for like less than 6 months, but if you want to be housed, then you've got no chance of moving out within the 6 months. So in the YMCA that I was in, it ranged from age 16 to 25. There are so many different personalities in there, which is why you have to find the right ones to click with. A lot of, like, it was like kind of like a school, so like there was different personalities, different groups. You had the weed smokers, you had the ones that like to drink, you had the ones that like to play board games. It was just completely mixed, completely really mixed and completely weird at times. But the ones that you do mix with are the ones that you know, they make your experience there. Now, I don't regret living in this place. I absolutely love the people that I made friends with. However, some of those I don't talk to anymore just because I had a baby and they just decided not to talk to me, which is fair enough, okay? Some of them are a lot of childish. They are childish. I can't say the word. Childish. That one. Childish. Super childish, which is, I can admit I was childish quite a lot of the time just because I was bored and had nothing to do. But some of them, a person in particular, very childish. But yes, so as I said, I made friends with one of the staff members. When you live there, you have a key work, which is each staff member is allocated to a certain amount of residents, and they pull you in the office every, like, once a week to discuss how you are, how you're feeling, just generally how you're getting on, to make sure that you're okay, which is really nice. But one certain member actually moved me onto another member because I think she did it because she didn't like me, but fair enough, I didn't like her anyway, and I made that clear. The reason why I didn't like her is because she was very judgmental. She tried to charge me more one day when I worked less hours, because you can actually have a job when you live there. It's just literally supportive housing. So they just kind of get you ready for moving into your own place in the future. So they charge you rent. If you don't have a job, I think it's like stupid money. It's like £5 a month or something. I can't remember the actual prices, but it was something stupid. But if you have a job, it's ridiculous, like £500 a month, maybe 600, depending on how much you earn. Which you're just better off going private if you're going to pay that for a shitty place with a shower that doesn't work. They don't do anything about repairs. They take ages. I just feel like I'm bad mouthing this place. No, I am bad mouthing this place. As I said, I wouldn't change the experience. I wouldn't change people I met, because I made some amazing friends and I still have them to this day. But it is very, like, you can get very emotional, you feel alone, you can get depressed. And some of the time, most of the time, people turn to weed, people turn to drugs, alcohol. And you don't want to be in that situation, but sometimes people have no choice, and that's just where you end up. It is very hard, and I don't recommend you leaving your current home just to live in a hostel because you want the experience. No, it is so hard. You have to deal with people banging on your door at 3 AM for random reasons. It's a lot of drama. Fun. It's like kind of like a massive Big Brother house, but like your own individual flats, and then you've got like a lounge area for everyone to go in. That's where you go when you want the drama. But yeah, that's basically it really. Just keep yourself to yourself, don't tell anyone your information, and you're good to go. And don't get friendly with the staff members, because no, you think that they're working with you, they're not. They're working against you, in my personal opinion. And if they ever see this video, then hey, how are you? But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. Please give it a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.